Hello, Abnormal Investigations. Hope everybody's doing well today on this Sunday. I've got another encounter for you. I think you're going to enjoy this one. I know I'm going to enjoy it because I've kind of skimmed through it, and it's kind of a scary one. So, without any further ado, I guess we will go ahead and jump into this. Don't forget, coming up March 3rd, we're going to have OCST on the show. We're going to be talking about a Bigfoot war that was supposed to happen, and we're going to go over the findings of that, so that should be a really good live. This one happened April 30th of 2019. Before I tell you my story, keep in mind that I've never been a paranoid person. However, if you ever see me over the past few months, you'd say otherwise. I'm no stranger to things creepy. I'm not easily scared, and I've never seen anything like what has been happening in my neighborhood. My first sighting of this creature was a few months ago. I had just gotten home with my mom from picking up Chinese food. This was during the polar vortex earlier this year, so there was a good 3 to 4 inches of newly fallen snow. After dinner, I put on my snow pants and boots to get ready for winter night walk around my neighborhood, which I love to do. However, when I opened the door, I stopped and I froze for a second. There were large dog prints spaced far apart, one from the other, going across our yard and onto our front porch, then leaving by crossing our driveway. The tracks led to who knows where, and the walk was promptly canceled. This continued to happen for a few weeks afterward. One time I thought I heard heavy footsteps going to our door, then walking away. But the weird thing about these footprints, they weren't like something was walking quadrupedally. They was bipedal, and the stretch between them was about 3 feet, like whatever was walking had a pretty long gait. And it was enough to scare me, enough that really bothered me. The nails on the toes were always out. They were never in. Apparently, my dad had heard it too, because then I heard his bedroom door open, as I thought I'd heard something come up to the door also, and he opened the front door. We have 2 doors. The front one is glass, and the second one, which leads inside, is a wooden, and it's insulated. I asked him what he was doing, and he responded with, "I thought I heard someone at the door." I told him I heard it too. It was snowing hard, and some of the gusts of wind caused the house to creak. As my dad opened the door, he rubbed his eyes, and my dad and I looked in horror as those same dog tracks came from behind our house and led up to the door. Then the tracks went back around the house. My dad and I vowed to never speak of this again afterwards. It bothered us both that bad. As the days turned into weeks from the last track sighting, I forgot about the tracks. Now that school has started back up, I always feel uneasy going to the bus stop, which is just at the end of my cul-de-sac. One day, I couldn't hear the birds chirping. I didn't think much of it, but I was still on edge. As I heard the bus approaching, I started hearing a second noise, like a deep, low growl. I turned around to see. What I saw shocked me to the bone. A few houses down, there was a massive pine tree that has been there ever since I moved here back in 2008. It had 2 yellow eyes glaring at me, and as soon as I saw the bus door open, I started to run for it, and I booked it to the bus. When I sat down, I looked out the window toward the pine tree. The eyes were gone, but I could see a large figure standing there that had a long, pointed canine nose, almost like a Doberman pinscher. When I got back from the school, I nervously got off the bus and slowly walked toward my house. I was looking at the ground when something caught my eye, a large dog print sunken deep into the mud. Then I noticed 2 more prints leading straight line. I took photos of the prints and showed them to my mom. We also examined them back outside, and I couldn't seem to come up with an answer. But I know exactly what it was. I know that I hope so much that our doors and windows hold up in the future if this ever decides to want to come in. This thing was huge. It was like something straight out of a scary story. It was a monster. It was a beast. And the way that it watched me, like it was waiting for me, and I felt like it was waiting for me. As I reflect on these events, I am reminded of the fear and uncertainty that comes with experiencing the unknown. The encounter has left me shaken, but it has also left me with a sense of wonder and a sense of awe. It has made me look outside the box and realize that there are things that exist outside of our realm or outside of our beliefs. The world is full of mysteries, and sometimes those mysteries can be terrifying. But it's how we respond to those mysteries that define us. I'll never forget the feeling of seeing those yellow eyes staring back at me. It's a feeling that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. And as I look back on that encounter, I am reminded of the importance of staying vigilant and aware of your surroundings. We never know what is lurking just beyond our knowledge, or just beyond the pine trees in our very front yard, or the stump that sits there, or the abandoned house, or the lawn that's not mowed, or the edge of the woods that meets up with your yard. There are things out there, and they have ways to come up and watch. I believe what you say, Mike, and I believe that is why they are called the Watchers, because it's in their blood to watch, and I do believe they hate us. Thank you for sharing my encounter. Yeah, I've had an opinion. It's just an opinion. Nobody knows for sure, but my opinion is maybe that is why they watch. It's because the DNA in their blood from the fallen angels, the Watchers, could possibly be what causes them to have that trait to want to watch and to be curious. Again, it's just an opinion, but I do believe that is part of it. I still believe the moon plays a vital role in how active they are, and I do believe they like the lower light of the moon. They don't like the full moon. I don't think that is whenever they really like to hunt. They might go out in the full moon. They might, play or roam around or whatever, but I do not believe that's when they hunt. I believe they hunt on the lower end of the moon, because they use the little bit of light that they can enhance. I believe they're able to enhance low light, and I believe it gives them more of an advantage on every spectrum that they have in the woods already, and that just gives them one more better eyesight than us on a lower light night. Let me know what you all think, guys. Do you think these things are evil? Do you think they stalk us looking for opportunities to hurt us? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And always remember, keep your head on a swivel, don't be something's dinner, and we'll see you on the next one.